Hello guys, this is Manny from Home Construction. We're here at the job site, and I'm amazed how some people can hold the phone at a certain distance already and know exactly where to put the phone, and the phone sticks to their face. Like they know how to maneuver this phone. I guess it takes time to do that. But anyways, this is our job site. We're actually in the boonies doing some lake erosion control. So I like to take my little portable office with me. And it's gonna be noisy, but we have two generators going. We have the Predator. And then we have this guy right here, which is a foreman. This guy's for welding. And I hope you guys can listen to me. The foreman is for welding, and then the other one is to maintain this little portable trailer. This is our delivery truck. So if the guys need to go deliver something, go bring something big. This is our wood. These are all our materials we have here. Hope I don't get nobody dizzy. This is to build our gabion walls. These are our attachments to the Mechalak. Now remember, we're a small company. We're not a big company like these other guys, but as we grow, right, we're gonna start discovering what we can do. But like, this is our gas truck. And we modified this little trailer, put some axles on it, fixed it all up, and this tank is cool. Like, it has it's a portable tank. I'm gonna switch the camera here so you guys can, and you connect it to a battery, and then we have it connected to a hose. I mean, the hose is there with its pump. It has a little meter there to show you how much fuel you got. And saw a couple of YouTube videos on this, and this was our affordable way to fill it up and take it to job sites and just leave it there so the guys can refuel. I was thinking of putting a gas tank on Big Bertha here, but that means Big Bertha would have to be driving around with extra weight, because that tank can hold 120 gallons, I believe. And for me to load this thing with 120 gallons and be riding around with it, that was going to be tough, and I really didn't want that. I know there's a lot of guys out there that carry on their trucks the gas tanks in the back, but I just felt that if I got something like this, I can drop it off at a job site, and I can actually buy two of these guys and drop them off at different job sites, instead of, okay, we need gas, okay, now I'll take the truck and go over there and fuel it up. And then the other location needs gas, okay, now I have to go all the way to the other site. Now you don't want to do that. Now we also got this little truck here. This is, like I said, the delivery truck. It's a Big Bertha here. It's an old F-250. But I did put a Pinto hitch on it from Kurt. And I did reverse it, put all the little gears, and I think this is probably a more expensive setup than probably what the truck is worth. But we needed this so we can carry our trailer. So I'm showing you our setup. We call it the camp. Every time we do a job, we like to set up our camp. You know, a lot of people just take equipment and they probably take it with them, or we can't afford to do that here. So most of the time we're in a, a ranch in a secluded area where we have to do work. We bring up all our tools, we set up, and then we put privacy fences so that we won't, you know, mess up the environment, and at the same time people not look at our junk. So here's our breaker. I don't know, one of the YouTube videos we're experimenting with this, trying to compact ground with it, and it ended up breaking. So I need to go back to my welder and find out why the welds came up, and then I gotta figure out why it broke from up here. So that's probably another video we're gonna do. And then up there, that's one of our trailers, and this is the final piece of equipment I'm going to show you guys of what we use. Well, we got more equipment, but not too much. But this is one of my trailers that I'm really excited about having. Now, we're not supposed to have it at this angle. It's at an angle, and as you can see, that foot is twisting already. It's not going to break off, but this is not a good, healthy way to put a trailer, because as you can see, and we got to move it, it's at an angle. And look at that foot. That foot right there is at an angle, and that is not healthy for a trailer. So there's a lot of pressure being put on those bolts, so I got to get this thing moved in a flat area. But what I like about this Bruton Easy Pull is that it's a lightweight ratio trailer to what it can pull. It's a very, very heavy duty trailer. I hunt for these things, and one of these days I'll buy a brand new one, but I can't afford one right now, so I buy them used. And it's a 10 lug, and it's a 10,000 pound per axle, and we can load our mini excavator here. We can load our Bobcat, skid steer, or any other attachment that goes with it, and it can take it. We don't have issues with it. Very well built. This company, Bruton Easy Pull Trailers, I didn't know about them, to be sincere. They're from San Angelo, Texas, and they've been out there for like 50 years, and you don't hear too much about them because I think they're a small family company, but man, these guys make stuff for life. And I recommend looking them up and researching them. But their stuff is serious. This is serious work equipment here. So anyways, that's part of our camp, and everybody's here already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you to the excavator and show you a little bit of what's going on, and then we can take it from there. Now, some distances are so long that we have to travel on the dirt roads, and they don't have no access to go to. And guess what this guy is? This is my daughter's bicycle. We modified it so that we can do fast trips from one location to another one, going through trails instead of taking the road. This is working out great. Maybe later on, and we don't have to use gas or nothing, because they're kind of strict about using gas vehicles in this area. But that thing is so cool. It's helped us a lot. So anyways, it's a single speed at the gear, but it's unlimited speed based on your how fast you can pedal, huh? That's how many gears you have. Some guys have 2 speed, some guys have 10 speeds. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. So now let me show you the little office. So this is our portable little office. There's some offices out there that you can rent, but we decided to buy our own office because there's some areas that it's just too far away to put an office, and it's not worth going through a rental company to take an office way out there in the boonies, and it costs a lot of money. So we got our small refrigerator here. I'll take the sticker out. That's Bucky. Got our safety gear. We're gonna talk about that fluid also. Spent like $400 on that to fill in the vehicle so it won't get flat. There's a lot of stuff I buy. Oh, and I'm gonna talk about this toy here. We call it the toy. It's a little small welder. Super tiny welder that I had to get to weld little things at 110 because it was getting frustrated that we just couldn't go to too many places with a bigger one because it was a 220. But this little thing is so cute. It's by Century. It's an FC90. And we are not professional welders, but when you're doing work way the heck out here, you need to learn how to weld, because if somebody does a trip, it's going to cost you money way out here. And the simple stuff we'll do. This guy is a yes welder, and it's a PFC 96-265 volts, and it's a 7-in-1, guys, right there. And it's a nice welder. You can do stick welding, MIG welding, a bunch of stuff. And I bought it because it's a portable unit that I can do multiple stuff. But you have to have good voltage going to it. And some generators, like that Predator generator we have there going outside, that guy's good. It throttles up and down. We bought it because it's quiet, but basically it's just for the office. It's not good at running welders and all that, just because it has some type of variable RPM built into it where it boosts up and boosts down. I guess it does it to save energy. And that's why we have the Champion generator, because that guy don't care. He just runs straight all the time, and it does throttle up and down very minimal, but it does the job. So I'm showing you my tools here. And then these guys right here, these are CBs. You gotta have these guys, man. You gotta have these two-way radios. Now this brand right here also, this one's mine. We're gonna be talking about these guys also, which these guys are awesome. I bought another brand and it wasn't that great. And these guys, for the price, Biofang, thank to all those YouTube guys that have all these channels recommending what works and what doesn't. I ended up getting this, right. I wanted to get a Motorola, but the Motorola's were too expensive. These guys are pretty cheap, and they have a lot of functions for what they cost, right? So if these break or they fall in the water or lake or something, we're okay with it. We're okay with losing this guy because it's not as expensive as a Motorola, and I think they work just as great for what we do, right? Then you need a battery operated air pump, battery operated greaser, your battery booster. Now this is a Viking battery booster from Harbor Freight. I remember I used to hate Harbor Freight because he used to have junk, but they're actually getting better at things. We got our face shields. This welding mask, it's also by Yes Welder. It's a really good face mask because it has full visibility basically all around. That's Another thing we're going to talk later on about. Gloves. And we got another face mask over here. We got a lot of face masks because things break out here in the field a lot. I got my giant thermal, which I'm looking at a Yeti right now. Whoa, a spider. But I think this company, I think I bought it at Ross. It was on special. I just liked it because it was humongous, but it's actually been a very useful 1 gallon thermal. Welding jackets. A Lincoln rod. My Versace grinding lenses, and for the sun. And then we're going to talk about this guy in another video, which is another working toy. This is for our excavator, our Mechalac, so we can know digging distances and depths. Top Con magnetically attaches to your excavator or whatever you're digging with, and it could give you your depth range through beeping here. So we'll talk about that later on and see how it does. And then we'll Top Con laser, which is replacing our old laser. I like that this has a magnetic receiver. The laser's dual slope. It has a built-in lithium battery inside of it, so all you gotta do is charge it, which I am gonna charge. Our plans of what we need to do, what we need to follow. So even though we're roughnecks, we do like to use engineers and architects and labs to do all our work we do, because it's important to do it right. And a lot of things I do based on experience, but when you have an engineer backing you up, it's probably the best thing. That way he can prove your theory, and it's a lot safer when 2 or 3 or more heads stick together to get these things done. So basically everything has to be wireless when you're out here in the woods or out here in a secluded area. Lights are wireless. We got another wireless light there for the night. Here we got our, oh, and you need, very important, you need to have extra hoses, guys. You need to buy extra hydraulic hoses. Very, very important. If you don't have extra hydraulic hoses out here, it'll take you a long time to go back into the city and get things resolved. And this guy is our Titan post driver. So when you have to drive posts real quick, we use that guy. But I saw that it has a little bit of something's leaking. I gotta check that out. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And of course we love Milwaukee, especially when everything was made in America. So now a lot of the stuff is going to China too, and I hope they bring it back to America to give American jobs. So we got our testers, soldering irons, small little gadgets. You need a lot of stuff out here, guys. Basically a home mechanic shop when you're coming to secluded areas or areas that it's very hard for service vehicles to come over and service you, right? So this little office, we stuck some lights, stuck an AC unit, some cabinets, but we're gonna make it better. It's not, as we get, you know, better at our work, we'll like, look at this, it doesn't hold open, so we gotta figure out something with that. It doesn't stay completely open, so probably these little things broke. But it works for us. This is the office. It's where things are gonna get done. And then we have another trailer full of tools, more tools that I'll show you later on. But basically, this is Forma right here, and I am the Anayalator, which is my last name, Manuel Anayalator, and we solve issues, we annihilate issues, we annihilate problems for our customers. Thank you for watching.